This here is the Lily Bell train, and it used to be in Walt's backyard.
Let's do your weekend.
Please remember to like, share, and hit the notification button so you'll be notified every time a new video is loaded. I hope you enjoy this video of the Disneyland Railroad. It'll be sorry not to be able to ride it for about 3 months, but it will be better for everyone because they need to replace the track. So with that said, don't forget to subscribe. And remember, you're special.
I just forgot. In the trunk? Yes, it was like it was in the outside in the bed. No. Yeah, that's what I was like. I must have, yeah.
I like it that you were.
As of the making of this video, this will be the last day that the train runs for quite a while. Possibly 3 months. They don't know yet. So I'm going to try to give the best video that I can give of this today, and that way you can enjoy it on your screens until you can ride it in the park again.
That is regular. Smile.
Like it. I like it. It's hard for me to train too. When I come back to the because it's too hot, man. You got fun games. You got everything you want. No, I don't trust this.
Disneyland Limited, now arriving from a trip around Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom. Passengers will stand by to board.
See it? Oh, there it is! There's a train! Wow! That way! Coming, here it comes!
Your attention, please. The Disneyland Limited now
tonight. We'll be closed for at least 3 months for track maintenance, man. It's kind of sad for us. But something needs to get done. So thank you guys for riding along with us. We'll be on our way to New Orleans in just a moment.
Oh, I want to see that. Tomorrowland के पास है. Tomorrowland.
All right, all aboard. Everybody please remain seated. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. Supervise children. Make sure they're seated on their bottom. Wait for the opening. Next stop, New Orleans Square Station. That station is getting construction, so nobody can get on or off the train. It's closed for construction. So don't get out there. We're going to go to Toontown after that. That'll be your closest one to Star Wars Galaxy.
Circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the Primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station, New Orleans Square.
Choo choo, toot toot, clickety clack, and just like that, here we are, New Orleans Square. This is the station I told you about. It's totally closed due to construction. So, stay seated and stay on the train. We'll be on our way in just a moment. Thank you.
John's like, get away.
Remain seated. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. Supervised children, make sure they stay seated, and the supervised away from the open. Next stop, Toontown.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas fuera del tren y cuide a los pequeños. We're now entering the ride. Soon to be on the Disneyland Flying Adventure. Princess Diana swears there's magic out here. And wherever there's magic, there's bound to be surprises. Blue skies and sunshine guaranteed. Speaking of surprises, this place we're passing over is chock full of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and other beloved critters on fun-filled adventures where anything can happen. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the Rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the great river valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams and the stories that went with them were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable, like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stuff. Remember your personal belongings, then step carefully from the train. Have fun, and say hi to Mickey and Minnie. Those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip.
Toontown Depot. This is your gateway for Fantasyland. Toontown. And don't forget, this is your stop for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Please remain seated until the train stops completely inside the station. Wait till we stop. If you're going to Star Wars, this is the way. Supervise children, make sure they're seated. Supervise away from you. Next stop, Tomorrowland.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. Future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imaginable. Here you'll find rocket ships and star skiers, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astro blasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
Now arriving at Tomorrowland Station, please remain seated till the train comes to a full and complete stop.
Aboard!
Please remain seated, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. Supervise children, make sure they're seated, supervise away from the opening. Inside the tunnel, the magical time tunnel ahead, no flash photography, video lighting, energized lightsabers or anything else that lights up. No lights in that tunnel, please. Next stop is Main Street at New Orleans Square Station is closed. Due to construction, please plan accordingly.
Stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y tenga las manos a sus pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
Welcome back to Main Street. Please remain seated till train comes to a full stop. And remember, New Orleans Square station is closed. Please plan accordingly.
Frontierland